Hello, I'm Beth Joey and welcome back to my YouTube channel. If you're new here, welcome. This is a channel where I paint my face, turn my camera on and talk about some books. It's spring, it's my favorite season. It'll always be my favorite season. If you watched my spring TBR video, you'll know why, and that's because I was born in spring. Even though it was in November, spring obviously is in November in Australia, so it's my favorite season, it's my birth season. Don't come for me, that is the rule. It is my birth season, I cannot wait. But anyway, another thing that I cannot wait for is all the books that are coming out in spring. The anticipated releases that I absolutely cannot wait looking forward to, and in this video I want to talk to you about what those are. So let's start things right off with A Sinister Revenge by Deanna Raybourn. This is the latest book in the Veronica Speedwell mystery series, which I think I've only read like 2 or 3 of those books, but I am still eagerly anticipating this latest one, even though it's like number 8 or 9, because I love this series and I cannot wait to catch up to this book. The Veronica Speedwell series follows a woman by the name of Veronica, and it's set in London in the 1880s, where after Veronica was recently orphaned, she feels free to pursue her life of scientific inquiry, really making people raise their eyebrows at her and her beliefs and her very sort of modern woman kind of ways. She intends to embark on the journey of a lifetime until an old friend, I believe, meets up with her and basically tells her her life is in danger, puts her under the protection of a man named Stoker with the help of an enigmatic German baron who very swiftly winds up dead in the first book, and she decides to take on this mystery, solve this case, and the whole series just follows different sort of mysteries in Veronica's world. Her and Stoker get closer. I am told that they turn into a bit of a slow burn romance, which hasn't happened really in book 2 or 3, but there's definitely been hints towards the fact that they're attracted to each other, so I can't wait to see that develop a little bit more. And then just all the quirky and fun people she meets along the way and all the secrets she learns about her own history. So I cannot wait for this latest installment. Hopefully I'll get to it around the time that it comes out on the 7th of March. Then on the 25th of April, we've got Happy Place by Emily Henry, which is one of my auto-buy authors. As for what this particular book is about, I will read you the Goodreads blurb, which says, a couple who broke up months ago make a pact to pretend to still be together for their annual week-long vacation with their best friends. Harriet and Wynne have been the perfect couple since they met in college. They go together like salt and pepper, honey and tea, lobster and rolls. Except now, for reasons they're still not discussing, they don't. They broke up 6 months ago and still haven't told their best friends, which is how they find themselves sharing the largest bedroom at the main cottage that has been their friend group's yearly getaway for the last decade. Their annual respite from the world, where for one vibrant blue week they leave behind their daily lives, have copious amounts of cheese, wine and seafood, and soak up the salty coastal air with the people who understand them most. Only this year Harriet and Wynne are lying through their teeth, while trying not to notice how desperately they still want each other, because the cottage is for sale and this is the last week they'll all have together in this place. They can't stand to break their friends' hearts, and so they'll play their parts. Harriet will be the driven surgical resident who never starts a fight, and Wynne will be the laid-back charmer who never lets the cracks show. It's a flawless plan if you look at it from a great distance and through a pair of sunscreen-smeared glasses. After years of being in love, how hard can it be to fake it for 1 week in front of those who know you best? So sounds like a second chance romance, right up my alley. Cannot wait. Then on the 9th of May, we've got The Boyfriend Candidate by Ashley Winstead. Slightly unexpected author to be writing this sort of romance or rom-com, considering In My Dreams and I Hold a Knife and The Last Housewife are very much not romance novels, but looking forward to this one nonetheless. And as for what it's about, it says, as a shy school librarian, Alexis Stone is comfortable keeping out of the spotlight, but when she's dumped for being too meek in bed, the humiliation is a wake-up call. She decides she needs to change, and what better way to kickstart her new, more adventurous life than with her first one-night stand? Enter Logan, the gorgeous, foul-mouthed stranger she meets at a hotel bar. Logan is audacious and filterless, making him Alexis's opposite, and boy do opposites attract. Just as she's about to fulfill her hookup wish, the hotel catches fire in a freak lightning storm, and in their rush to escape, Logan is discovered carrying her into the street where people are waiting with cameras. Logan promptly and shockingly flees. Alexis is bewildered until breaking news hits. Pictures of her and Logan escaping the fire are all over the internet. It turns out Logan is none other than Logan Arthur, the hotshot politician challenging the Texas governor's seat. The salacious images are poised to sink his career and jeopardize Alexis's job, until a solution is proposed. To squash the scandal, he and Alexis could pretend to be in a relationship until election day, in 2 months. What could possibly go wrong? So fake dating, political intrigue, totally up my alley, can't wait. Then we've got 2 books on the 16th of May, one of which will be my chance to see if I can forgive Christina Lauren for Inner Holidays, and this one is going to be The True Love Experiment. If you're not all caught up, didn't love Inner Holidays, read it over Christmas, didn't love it, really, really disappointed, but this is the latest book from this author duo, and I can't wait for it to come out. And as for what it's about, it says, sparks fly when a romance novelist and a documentary filmmaker join forces to craft the perfect Hollywood love story and take both of their careers to the next level, but only if they can keep the chemistry between them from taking the whole thing off script. Felicity Fizzy Chen is lost. Sure, she's got an incredible career as a beloved romance novelist with a slew of bestsellers under her belt, but when she's asked to give a commencement address, it hits her. She hasn't been practicing what she's preached. Fizzy hasn't ever really been in love. Lust? Definitely. But that swoon-worthy, can't stop thinking about him, all-encompassing feeling? Nope. Nothing. What happens when the optimism she spent her entire career encouraging in readers starts to feel like a lie? Connor Prince, documentary filmmaker and single father, loves his work in large part because it allows him to live near his daughter. But when his profit-minded boss orders him to create a reality TV show, putting his job on the line, Connor is out of his element. Desperate to find his romantic lead, a chance run-in with an exasperated Fizzy offers Connor the perfect solution. What if he could show the queen of romance herself falling head over heels for all the world to see? Fizzy gives him a hard pass unless he agrees to her list of demands. When he says yes and production of The True Love Experiment begins, Connor wonders if that perfect match will ever be in the cue cards for him too. The True Love Experiment is the book fans have been waiting for ever since Fizzy's debut in The Soulmate Equation. But when the lights come on and all eyes are on her, it turns out the happily ever after Fizzy had all but given up on might lie just behind the camera. So super keen to see Fizzy again. She was one of my favorite characters in that book. As for the second book coming out on the 16th of May, we've got Painted Devils by Margaret Owen, which is the sequel to Little Thieves by the same author. Little Thieves is essentially a fairy tale retelling of The Goose Girl, which is essentially all about a girl who steals the life of a princess and then is caught and probably gets put to death. I don't know, it's a fairy tale. As for what Little Thieves is about though, I'll read you the blurb because I haven't read it in a really long time, and it says, once upon a time there was a horrible girl. Vanya Schmidt knows that no gift is freely given, not even a mother's love. The adopted goddaughter of death and fortune, Vanya has long made her own way in the world as the dutiful servant of Princess Giselle, until a year ago when her otherworldly mothers demanded payment for their care, and Vanya decided to steal her future back by stealing Giselle's life. With the help of an enchanted string of pearls, Vanya transformed into her former mistress and took her place, leaving the real Giselle a penniless nobody. Now, Vanya leads a lonely but lucrative double life as princess and jewel thief, charming the nobility while emptying their coffers to fund her great escape. Until, one heist away from freedom, Vanya crosses the wrong god and is cursed to turn into jewels, stone by stone. With a feral guardian half-god, Giselle's sinister fiancé, and an overeager junior detective on her trail, Vanya has just 2 weeks to pull off her biggest grift yet. Or she risks losing more than her freedom. She could lose her life. And it's got a little element of romance in there as well, which I loved, so I cannot wait for the sequel. And then lastly, on the 24th of May, we've got Lore Olympus Volume 4 by Rachel Smythe, which is the latest installation in the Lore Olympus series, which is essentially a sort of modern retelling of Greek myths, focusing very, very much so on Hades and Persephone. It's definitely a sort of romanticized version of that particular myth, but it definitely goes into the detail of the fickleness and the true nature of all the different gods. It hits on some very, very hard topics, so I would very much recommend to anyone who wants to pick this series up to look into the trigger warnings if you think there are things that you are worried about seeing in this series. But the art style is absolutely beautiful, the story is sweet and fun, and I cannot wait for the latest installation to come out. I know it's all available on NetGalley, but I prefer to read it in hard copy, so we've got a hard copy coming out on the 24th of May. So those are all my anticipated releases for spring. Let me know down below if there are any books that you're looking forward to coming out in spring. I know the sequel to Her Majesty's Royal Coven is also coming up, and I'm planning to read the first book in spring, so definitely anticipating that one, but can't really say yet because I haven't read the first one yet. But anyway, let me know what the books are for you in the comments down below. I love talking to you guys and I do my best to reply to every single comment. I really, really hope that you enjoyed this video, and if you did, please do let me know by liking, subscribing, and hitting that notification bell all down below. It is a super, super easy way to help my channel grow, and I will see you lovely people in my next video. Bye!